Okay, second time of asking. Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 22 here on the PS5 and our Williams career. YouTube's being a bit strange. The last few days I've tried to go live and it's cancelled as soon as the game intro has stopped and just closed the stream again. I don't know what's going on with that. Never mind, we shall persevere. I've been really looking forward to tonight because we are taking our cars to Canada. This is probably going to be the best chance we've had all season to actually get some points. We have been knocking on the door, but this one, could potentially actually work out for us. So let's have a look at some targets. We're still getting that bonus look. I don't know why we're still getting that bonus, but we are. I'll take it. It's worth 5.72 apparently. Let's see, do I want to go for finish positions? I do. I'm going to say that our cars, let's see, what if one car's the top 10? 170, yeah, we'll go 2 cars in the top 15. Kind of hedge our bets a little bit. Qualifying position, do I think I can reach Q2? I think we're kind of knocking on the door of Q2. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see if we can reach Q2 with one car. Speaking of cars, let's just double check our cars are all fitted as we want them. They're all running second gen chassis, Mark 1 rear wings and front wings, Mark 2 side pods, Mark 2 underfloors, suspensions, Mark 2 suspensions. Okay. Do I have spare bits in production right now? I think I might have. No, I don't. Okay, so what am I short on? I'm short on chassis and I'm short on suspensions. I could have sworn I manufactured those last time out. Okay, well let's go ahead and actually make a couple of those. So new project, manufacture, new chassis, manufacture one of those. And what was it? Suspension, wasn't it? Yeah. And just one of those as well. Okay, so we won't have those for this race, but they'll be ready for the next race weekend. How you doing, SITV? I'm thinking of bringing Haas back for a spell on Sunday night, maybe. I'm just really pushing forward with Williams right now. Now that we've got the new patch, I'm really keen to see how the second half of the season develops, because this is normally the point in pre-patch where your car starts to come really good. So I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit tougher for us this time out. Drivers are good, staff are all good, we are ready to go racing. How you doing, Mr. Water?
Formula One is back in Montreal. Let's hope it's not going to be Groundhog Day. The local rodents have disrupted more than one race day here in the past. The Canadian Grand Prix is ready to kick off, and the only drama on the tracks we want to see is the best drivers in the world battling it out for a place on that podium. Gilles Villeneuve is a quick, free-flowing circuit in parts, with a stop-start aspect thrown in for good measure around the chicanes and hairpin bends. Medium-speed downforce will play a large part in avoiding the wall of champions and ensuring success at this iconic track. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay then, so yeah, fingers crossed we might actually do quite well here. We might break into the top 10. This is a race where you do sometimes get some quite nasty accidents that can take people out the race. There's usually a safety car. We can hopefully capitalise on both of those things, and maybe sneak a point or two. That would be nice. Let's start with getting the cars set up first of all. Engine. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to sort out new engines and stuff for these guys at some point. Okay, we'll put an older gearbox on. I'm going to go with 20 lap run in terms of car setup. Generally, I want to go for quite lowish wings at this circuit in terms of front and rear, sort of mid to low, so around 4 to 5 on the front wing, around 12 or so on the rear wing. I'm going to set the cars up a little bit different just to see which way is the best one to go. I'm going to go with a 2.8. Let me try 12 on the rear wing. I think 11.5's, yeah, 11.5's out. So we'll go with a 12 on the rear wing. 3.25, and then for my toe, let's push that up a little bit as well. You know, I'll pull that one in a little bit. Yeah, let's try that for Teo's car. See how he does. Done the run plan, done all that. Compounds. Start on the hard, maybe. No, I'll start on softs. Driving plan, nice and neutral as always. Car parts for Alex. You're disappointed I didn't start a career with Magnussen and Stroll. Are you trying to give me a stroke? ERS module, switch to the first one. There we go. Gearbox, I think that one's toast, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so we'll stay with that gearbox. 20 laps. Driving style done. Let's do the setup for this one. So we'll go slightly different on this one. We'll go with an 11.5 rear wing on this car. Roll bar, we're going to go a bit more extreme. Let's go with that for this car. So we've got a little bit of difference between the two, and then that'll hopefully help us nail down which way is the right way to go as well, if we are just off a little bit on one of them.
The radio is good? You can hear me, yeah?
Copy, radio check.
Alright, there we go. Drivers are out. I was about to say, why is there a big difference in times? But of course, Porsche's practice components, I'm doing air quotes even though you can't see them, his practice components are a lot healthier than Alex's, that's why. I'm hoping with our team rep going up a little bit that we can start looking at getting a replacement engineer for Mr. Irwin as well.
Yuki is off.
Yes.
Yuki's crashed. Oh, shame.
Yellowhead.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car.
I think Yuki and Stroll would have been a worse combination than Magnussen and Stroll. Magnussen's erratic, but he's got more pace.
How was the balance, please?
Okay, we've got a great start.
It's good.
Copy that.
What about Teo? Oh! Don't go in the wall! Don't go in the wall! I think he stopped before the wall.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Oh, did he then just
Now
drive
watch
into
this.
the wall?
Here's the moment involving Albon.
Don't drive into the wall. Oh, God.
Oh, a nasty crash there.
It's so weird the way they do that.
That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover?
He hasn't damaged the
We'll
car.
see. It's a crash.
No damage to any aero components, so... Phew! Right, still need that feedback from Porsche.
All okay.
He is also happy with the setup. Evening, Aztec. Good to see you. I am doing well, thank you for asking. Okay, so our drivers are in. Let's make whatever changes we need. Roll bar needs to change, so let's go 3.7. Front wing needs to change a little bit so that I can pull it back like that. I'm trying to make minor changes to the rear wing by changing everything else, so that is slightly different. Front wing, braking and cornering, all very, very small changes as a result as well. Decent size change for the traction for a good. Yeah, I think that could do well. If we've gone the right way, we might have gone the wrong way with those components, but we'll see. Let's turn that car around. Let's do Albon's car now. So Albon's very happy with his roll bar where it is, and his rear wing. Front wing needs a little tweak, as does cornering. We need a big change to braking stability. So let's pull the toe right back. Let's push the front wing up a little. Oh, that brakes. Okay, let's try doing that. There we go. That fixes the traction issue. Okay, that could be it. Let's get that one turned around as well. If we can nail both of these setups in P1, that means we can just concentrate on running for track knowledge in P2 and P3. Make our job a whole lot easier. Send out Porsche first this time. Give him a little bit of a gap. Oh, he's got fresher components, doesn't he? So it doesn't matter if he's in front by only a little bit, because he'll pull away. I was just wondering why Albon had 5% less track knowledge, but of course he had that spin, which is probably what caused the dip. Yeah, you can see he flattened out early towards the end of his run. If we pull it up there, you can see the difference. Porsche carried going straight up, and Alex flattened because he had that spin. That's why there's a 5% difference in their acclimatization. Is this game out on PlayStation? Yes, it is, because I'm playing on the PS5. It's available on PS5, PS4, Xboxes, and PC as well.
had a spin.
Oh, Ricardo has had a wobble.
How is the balance, please?
Setup is still great.
It's good. Just leave it like this.
No, I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to get it up to 100. And you're going to like it. I'm going to make you like it. How good is it? 86%, so I think we might possibly have gone down a bit. I don't know, I didn't see what the percentages were last time. 87% for Teo. Again, needs a little tweak. There's not enough time to fix the cars and then send them back out again, so we'll just get the cars prepped for the next session. We went the wrong way with the front wing, so we want to go that way. We need to fix the cornering as a result of that change. That's going to be optimal there. Yeah, we did slightly revert the car. It was 88 and went to 87. Let's see. Let's put that there. I'm not sure if traction is going to be good enough. Not sure about the straights either, but we'll try that. We'll see how well that looks. I'm trying to think, were we good on the front wing last time? No, it was a traction that was good, wasn't it? We were great on the wing. Okay, so that should be okay. Yeah, we'll turn that around like that. Where are we in the Constructors' Championship? We're 9th right now. Only us and Aston Martin have yet to score points, but I'm hopeful that we might be able to sneak a point here. Okay, so oversteer is good. Oversteer is exactly where we need it. The rear wing is fine. Traction is fine, so we don't need to touch the roll bar. We need to mess around with the camber and the toe. So let's try. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try that. We may possibly break the traction there, but I think we'll be okay.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Okay, that's the end of practice 1. Our cars are in pretty good shape, so I'm going to run them long in practice 2. So they can get their track knowledge up, and then we can just make tweaks in practice 3 if we need to. So let's put them onto hards for this session. And we'll go with, let's see, we were doing 20 laps, fine. Let's go with a 42 lap run. That should cover most of the session, if not all of it. Same for Teo. We can always call them in early if we're way off with the setup still. Right, we are good to go.
Ready to check.
So here's the, if I can find it. Yeah, here's the championship standings right now. In terms of the driver standings, Charles Leclerc is ahead of Carlos Sainz. It's very close between those two. Max not too far behind. Then a bit of a gap to Perez. The Mercedes 5th and 6th. They've had one podium between them. Carlos has won 2 races. Charles has won 3. Max has won 3. Perez no wins. We are all the way down here in 19th and 16th in this little batch of drivers that haven't scored yet. And then in the constructors, Ferrari running away with it already. Red Bull a long way ahead of Mercedes in 3rd. We are here in an arms race with Aston Martin. Haas not too far ahead. You know, a good result means that they are potentially within striking distance. And we are still upgrading the car a little bit here and there, as well as research for next season. So our target is to finish 9th. If we can score a point before Aston Martin do, then we're not guaranteeing that that's going to happen, because they could develop their car or just outscore us if they have a lucky race. But it would certainly make things easier, because if they only score 1 point and we only score 1 point and we get that point before them, we finish 9th because we got the point first. So we're in a little bit of an arms race with Aston Martin right now, trying to make sure that we can get that point before they do. We've got a little bit of an edge over them in performance at the moment. Not a huge edge. And it's not... Oh, no, we've had a crash. It's not one of my drivers, is it? Oh, we've got a red flag. Oh, that's the end of the session. Normally it says session suspended, but normally it just ends the session. Who crashed?
Take a look now.
Perez.
So let's look at this.
Perez is out.
Sergio Perez.
Oh, he hit the wall of champions. Oh, and then bounced off the opposite wall.
Crash.
That's a nasty one.
The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Let's hope we don't get any rain. I think rain will be good. Oh, the session is actually coming back. Normally, I suppose it depends how long's left in the session, but normally when I get a red flag, it's usually in the second half of the session and it just ends the session. Both my drivers can keep going. I don't have any enough information to make any setup changes. Not really. Although we do know that the changes we made aren't good enough. I think that's the wrong way, isn't it? I'm not convinced, but we'll make that change. Run plan, we'll reduce the run plan down a bit. How long's going to be left in the session? Let's go with 30 laps. Ooh, this is definitely going the wrong way. Okay, so we need our camber to go this way. Don't know if I want to change that bottom value. I'm going to have to. Alright, let's go with that. Again, we'll change the run plan, drop it down to 30 laps. Make those changes. How you doing, Andy? What's my say on Red Bull breaking the budget cap? Well, it's not confirmed that Red Bull have broken the budget cap. It's just rumour right now. Oh, we've lost quite a lot of time looking at the session. That's not good. We've lost about 20 minutes of the session there. That's really not good. Yeah, the theory is the two teams that have broken the budget cap are Aston Martin and Red Bull. and they're believed to be minor infractions rather than major infractions. There is tolerance for, to allow minor expenditure over the cost cap by about, I think, 7 million in total under certain circumstances. So it depends whether they have gone over the budget cap or not. As far as we know, 2 teams have, but they haven't said which teams, so assume that it is those 2 teams that's being talked about in the paddock. It depends how much they've gone over and for what reason. They may get a fine, they may get a sporting deduction, so they may lose constructors' points, drivers' points, or both. Or they might get nothing. They might get a slap on the wrist and a warning, don't do it again. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. If they have gone, if it is Red Bull that's gone majorly over, then that would be one possible explanation for why their car has suddenly gained so much performance. And it would be interesting to see what the ramifications of that would be. I mean, it's not entirely beyond the scope of reasoning to think that they could be disqualified. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened, even in recent years. I mean, Ferrari and McLaren had that Spygate saga in 2008, which saw McLaren removed from the Constructors' Championship standings. The drivers were allowed to keep their points, but the team were thrown out of the Constructors for that season, and also hit with a $100 million fine, which I think was dropped down under appeal to a bit less.
It's just a yellow at the moment, just a yellow, keep the head down.
Schumacher's completely out.
VSC.
Got to keep the cars out there. I need that feedback.
There's been a crash. Let's have a look. Right, watch this. There's Schumacher.
Oh, he's going to lock up and go straight to the wall, isn't he? Yep.
Thank goodness nobody else was involved.
He nearly
That
collected one of the
was a big
Alpines.
crash. And that was a...
So this is the sort of thing I'm hoping is going to happen in the race, where a couple of drivers are going to knock themselves out. We're going to get safety cars. We're going to bunch the field back up, keep us within striking distance. Maybe allow us to make some aggressive strategy choices with tyres and get jumps on people on the restarts. I don't think we're going to get feedback on both cars. I think we might get feedback on Alex's car, but we're not going to get it on Teo. And we've lost a lot of track time as well.
How was the balance, please?
Okay, we've got him up to 91%. That's an improvement.
That feels pretty good.
Okay, understood.
Of course, people are naturally going to assume that it's Red Bull that's had the major infraction. If there is a major infraction, it could well be Aston Martin. I mean, they've reworked their car quite a bit this season, and they've been spending an awful lot on their facilities. So, assuming that those costs are part of the budget cap as well, which I think they are, it could be Aston Martin that have massively broken the rules in that respect. I think people naturally just assume it's going to be Red Bull because of how much of a competitive edge they've got this season. That was my first thought as well, but it's entirely possible that they could be the minor infraction and it could be Aston with the big infraction.
We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before
Max could
moving
lose
on
last
to the
year's
qualifying session. The teams will be looking to build on yesterday's momentum. Having seen
Are
how
we
the
talking
cars
about
and drivers are reacting
last
to
year's
the
budget or
circuit,
this year's
they have a
budget?
little more time to make some final changes. But by the end of the day, we'll know exactly how the drivers will be lining up on the grid for tomorrow's race.
Last year's budget. It could well be Red Bull then. I mean, they did throw everything they had at at the championship last year, and they've spent a lot on this year's car as well. So yeah, it's possible. All right. Highest confidence was 92. Let me revert back to that and see what 92 looks like. So that's 92. Okay, that's going to have to go double push that way, I think. Actually, no, just a single push. Actually, let me try doing that, and then can I go? I can't go back enough that way. Okay, let me try that. That's going to break my traction if I do that. That brings it back, and then I can't go far enough that way. Oh, I hate when it gets fiddly like this. Let's try resetting back and try again. Let's go that way. I can't push it far enough that way. I think my traction needs to be over here. Sorry, my braking needs to be over there, but I break everything else getting it there. What if I go to a 3-wing? I can't push that far enough to compensate. It's going to have to be a 1.9. This is where the setup game gets really fiddly and really frustrating. Sometimes I just can't get it. I'm going to try that. I don't know if that's going to do it, but I'll try it. Compounds. I need to run some mediums in this, but I'm going to run a set of softs at the start. Pull him in early and then just make one final change. And then just run long on the second set of tyres. So we'll go 18 laps. That should hopefully be enough for his car, because he's got a good feedback engineer in Pierre. Let's take a look at Teo's car. Unknown, but still off on some things. Okay, let's push the wing to a 3. Just seeing what changes that makes. That might push the rear wing too far. Okay, let's try doing it with the camber and then push the toe a little bit. He's going to need the full 20 laps, I think, because Erwin's not the quickest engineer when it comes to getting feedback. Alright, let's give that a go. BBC seems to be pointing the finger at Red Bull with Merck and Ferrari, saying Red Bull's breach was an open secret.
Radio check.
Yeah, I've not read too much into the story yet. When I see a breaking news story like that that's quite big, I generally tend to leave it a day or so for more information to come out before I start trying to formulate my own opinions. You know, it's very easy to start pointing the finger when you don't know enough information. You used my tips and got better Q3 at Imola. Weather did help. Nice. Glad my help paid off for you there. Is this an EA title? No, it's by Frontier. EA bought Codemasters, so the F122 game is EA's
Yellow ahead,
little
yellow
baby.
ahead.
This one's by Frontier Studios. Same guys who do Jurassic World, Evolution games. What's the theme park one? Planet Coaster, I think. Is it Planet Coaster? And yeah, Elite Dangerous and a few other games as well. Planet Coaster. Yes, thank you, Mr. Water. I thought it was Planet Coaster. Didn't they do Planet Zoo as well? Isn't that another one that they did? I don't know if that one's on consoles as well. I know it's on PC. Alright, getting close to feedback.
How is the balance, please?
91% again.
Feels good.
Copy, confirmed.
He's coming in. What's my review of this game? A flawed gem, I think, is the best way to describe it. I mean, I like this style of game where you can sit back and you can watch the action unfold in front of you without having direct input, like a traditional Formula 1 game where you're actually driving the car. I like, the armchair experience of sitting back and watching the race unfold in front of you while still having some input with management controls, telling drivers when to push and when to pit, etc. So I like that style of game. I'm a huge F1 nut, and so for me it's a perfect combination of a game that I can't stop playing. I absolutely am addicted to this game right now. But it does have a few issues. They've addressed some already with the latest patch 1.8, which came out on Monday. There is another quick hotfix patch coming soon. It's being tested right now, where they're looking at working on AI responses to wet weather. I think the fact that cars are still coming into the pits one at a time and not double stacking, when it's clearly the wrong move to keep one car out on track. I think they're looking at that. There was something else they were looking at as well, but they're listening to the we're back to here again. This is where we went last time and we got it. Okay. But yeah, they're listening to the community, and then they are responding to the changes that the community's putting forward. The tyre change was one that the community was crying out for. This is the final change I'm going to make. If I can't get it with this, then I'm not going to get it, and I'm just going to have to revert to the 92%, because I need to work on track time now. So I'm going to have 32 minutes to run, so let's give them 30 laps of fuel. The top soft tyres seem fast to me after the patch. Oh, that swaps it back. Yes, they do. They have improved. I think there's still room to tweak, but tyre performance has definitely become more varied. I do think another little thing that's wrong with the game is the drivers do make too many mistakes. I get why that's been exaggerated, you know, but I think they could tone that down a little bit. They did do a stream. I watched a little bit of it. Didn't watch too much, but they just ran a race at Singapore. I think they were just talking about the various elements of the patch, but I don't know how much detail they actually went into. I don't know if they gave a detailed breakdown or whether they just kind of glossed over, which is what I think. That's what they usually do when they do a stream and they talk about features, as they tend to kind of gloss over things a little bit without going into very, you know, specific detail. So, I mean, I'll probably watch the stream again, you know, later, and, you know, pick up where I left off and see what I missed out on. But we didn't get full feedback. This car is unknown right now, so I'm gonna have to send the car back out again, just for another lap. I wish I'd realised that. I would have told him to stay out. I'm gonna have to get him to do a lap, I think, just to
Did somebody spin out there?
get a feedback rating, because it might be higher than the default that he's got at the moment. He's probably going to give us feedback as soon as he starts his flying lap. Oh, no, he's giving it there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, call him in. And his feedback is 95%. Okay, so he's actually pretty happy. We can make a minor tweak and then we'll send him out for the rest of the session just to try and get his track time up. Can Alex make 100%? Not quite. Teo can. If I can get him out quickly. You know, get him out into, you know, quick enough. I think both drivers are going to end up being just short on 100%. So what needs to tweak? Okay, so not too much. So if I push the front wing back, put that back to there, that'll put the front wing back to where I think it'll be good. And then which way do I go? Left or right with the toe? Go there. Okay, so let's give him a set of fresh mediums. Run plan has given 26 laps of fuel, and hope that he can get up to 100% track knowledge. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close with both drivers. I think that's, like I say, I think they're both going to fall just short. But given that we lost 20 minutes of running in FP2, that's not too bad. I've got a good solid baseline to roll back to for Teo for quali as well, if this setup doesn't quite go the way I hope it does. Not quite as good for Albon, but still good enough. about to pop. Oh, 85. That's
was the
even
balance,
worse than
please?
before. So yeah, we're rolling back to his 92,
that's good.
and we'll leave him at that.
Yeah, copy that.
So it's just a question of Teo now. Can we improve on 95 for Teo? It kind of reminds me of a young Michael Schumacher with that chin and that expression.
Oh, there's a spin!
Hey Farah,
Fail 84, please.
Thank you for the
Fail
sub.
84.
how am I finding the latest PS5 version? I'm enjoying it. I'm finding it hard to tear myself away from this to actually sit down and record footage for it though. I'm just so thoroughly, addicted to this game right now. But no, it's good. I'm enjoying it. There are a couple of little niggles that I've discovered so far, but I'm sure things will improve with updates. But it's good fun. It looks a lot better than CS2 did, which you would hope would be the case, considering CS2 was a mobile port and this is a full game. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I will get some more videos out soon, I promise. I want to have a look. We didn't get feedback. Oh. Okay. We didn't quite have enough time to get full feedback, but depending on what he's given feedback on, we only changed the top 2 things, and everything else stayed within tolerance. So yeah, we made the car worse. So we'll roll that back. So I could gamble, and I could go the other way, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave him at 95%. That's good enough. I don't need 100%, but it would have been nice. Let's swap over some parts. So 69% is a bit worn for an engine, especially on a power track. You want a good fresh engine for a circuit like this. ERS can't change. Gearbox, we'll put in that gearbox. That'll be fine for this circuit. That won't cause an issue until it gets down to 40%. So that's got a little way to go yet. Done the flying lap bit. Take the cooldown lap off there. Let's roll Alex back to the 92%. I just couldn't quite get that one figured out in my head. Let's change over the engine. 82%. 82% is okay. Actually, no, I'm going to go with the new engine, because we're going to get a new engine anyway for later in the season once we hit Austria. Switch over the ERS unit, because that one's getting to the danger zone, and we'll put in a good gearbox. Okay, time to quali. When's best to change the engine, etc.? It depends on your engine supplier. Remind me of that question when we get to the end of the race, before we go into the second race, before we go to Silverstone, because I can show you engine suppliers, and if I can remember where to find it, and you'll be able to see where engines start losing power. They vary depending on which manufacturer you go with. But generally, if you're on a power track like this, you want as good an engine as you can. I'd usually like to try and keep one engine completely untouched, or as close to untouched as possible for Monza. So something that's, if not 100%, that's certainly in the high 90s. Because Monza it's flat out for almost the entire track, so you want as good an engine as you can get there. I didn't even see how we did on our time, whether we got held up or not. We're faster than Mick Schumacher. Did Schumacher get held up? I don't know. I'm guessing he did, because we're normally a few tenths slower than Schumacher. But yeah, remind me after the race, and I'll show you the engine supply breakdowns, because you know each one has its own different thing. So they have power drop off beyond a certain percentage that varies by engine. Power loss due to overheating changes by engine as well. So if you haven't got great cooling, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it depends on who your engine supplier is. If you've got an engine that overheats quite quickly, then you want good cooling for your car if you're going with that engine. Okay, we are going to blink first. Rest of the field should start coming out any second. There they come. Alright, I'll be improving. Albon improves, Porsche improves in the first sector. Second sector split coming up. Improved, didn't improve. Okay, what about the final sector? Improvement for Albon. We are still slower than Vettel though, that's not good. And I think... Is Schumacher holding up Magnussen? Maybe Schumacher's running an older engine, maybe that's why he's slow. Because he's a long way, he's over a second off Magnussen, he's 1.2 seconds off. He must be running an older engine. Yeah, he is, he's running an older engine, that's why he's so low down on his performance there. So both our drivers eliminated in Q1, as per usual.
The time has come for these drivers to...
It's a bit of a shame, but to be expected, I suppose, at a circuit like this. So we failed on that guarantee that we made, so we're going to lose 24 grand from our end of race payouts. The qualifying streak, though, has again paid out, and that glitch is still present. Not quite sure what's caused that, whether it's just something that's locked into the save, because it doesn't seem to be affecting my other saves. It's just something that seems to have locked itself in on this one for some reason. And I think the only way to get rid of it would be to start the game again, which would break, you know, we'd have to start from scratch, and I'm not doing that. We're not going to get fastest lap, I don't think. Finish position, I did try both drivers in the top 15. I think we can do that. We're going to put some effort into the position gain. We're going to try and wager a nice little bit of cash here. So I'm going to suggest 12th and 15th. And that'll be worth $1 million if that comes right, or it will cost us 250 grand. Powertrain usage. That's what I wanted to check. Haas. Schumacher is on a third engine already and third gearbox. And he's running a really worn out engine as well. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, into the race. Sort out our strategy. It's a dry race. The one stop may be the way to go. But we'll look at a two-stop as well. That seems to be the sweet spot. So let's take a look at a two-stop strategy. If we make that mediums and then go on to a set of hards, get a set of softs at the end. How can we do with that? This is already looking like it has the potential to be quicker. So that would be a 128.52. Yeah, that's faster. All right, we're going with that. If it was close, then I'd keep Teo on a one stop and try and take advantage of a safety car. But given that it is quite a big difference between compounds, we are going to do the two-stop. Okay, and that gives me leeway to push these tyres as well, so which I didn't really have with the one-stop, or not as much anyway. Fuel. We're going to get lapped, but there's probably going to be a safety car. I'm actually going to take a lap of fuel out. I'm banking on there being a safety car. So that's a little bit less fuel that will accrue. Car setup. Why is that at 85? I rolled that back. And I rolled that back as well. It's saying 91. We're at 95. Okay, it's a bit glitchy, a bit buggy. Bit frustrating. Let's go aggressive but not too aggressive off the line. Don't want to melt the tyres. And let's give this a go.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. And looking at the second Williams car, they're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. The race start is mere seconds away. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
All right, need a good start. Is everyone on softs? There's a few medium runners in there. We've not made any positions yet, although we are pushing Vettel. He is on the mediums, which is good. That gives us a traction advantage here. Vettel may well be one-stopping, so we definitely need to try and gap him as much as we can, as quick as we can.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
We're having a look at Tsunoda here. Porsche having a look at going around the outside of Vettel. Can't make it stick. But he's going to get him here. And we might possibly get Yuki. Can we get side by side into the chicane? Yes, we can. Oh, not quite. We weren't able to get him alongside enough, but we have got a good run here. Can we get him, and can we get Ricciardo? Let's settle for just one of them. around the outside becomes the inside line.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
we've made
That's
the
good.
move, and we've also got ahead of Vettel with Porsche as well.
Okay, that's good, very good.
Right, and now we're making a
And
move
there's an
on
overtake from
Ricciardo.
Williams.
We've got him already. That's good, because Ricciardo's on mediums. We need to get back onto the
This was
queue of
good.
soft runners. We'll switch Porsche onto full deployment rather than just overtake, so we can catch up.
Yeah. Deploy.
And he has caught up already. Good, good. Switching back to overtake.
Okay, we can use the overtake.
This is the last lap of pushing before we start calming things down again. Ocon is also on the mediums. I'd like to capitalise on this if we can. What about Magnussen? Magnussen's on soft. Get him under braking. Right, we've got the outside line here for the hairpin. That's not the best line, but we have made the move already.
Very good job.
Oh, this is an excellent start from Albon. And he's out of battery, so it's time to calm him down now.
Check the DRS.
We'll leave the fuel on high while he's recharging, and then we'll drop that down again.
Charge on.
Okay.
Porsche needs to harvest. Let's drop his tyres down as well. We've got the move done on Ricciardo, I think. Yeah, we've got the move done on Ricciardo. So Porsche's up to 16th. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit. We were just outside of DRS range, I think. Plus we're recharging as well, which wouldn't have helped. Did Tsunoda get the DRS on us? No, he didn't, but he did get a good run. Porsche has dropped back a little bit too far. Alright, I'm going to have to get Porsche to push. Try and catch back up.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
Oh, god damn it, McLaren. Ricciardo got back past him. Oh, he's close. He's not quite close enough.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
We have broken away from Ricciardo though, that's good. I get Porsche back onto our DRS here. There we go. Need to make sure we don't lose touch. There we go. This is where our lack of pace is hurting us a little bit. These guys are pretty rapid, but there are medium runners in there, which is holding everything up, which is why we've got this nice queue, this little DRS train that's formed. Porsche's almost fully charged, that's close enough. Alright, let's try turning the fuel down. Porsche's out of range. Is he? Yeah, he is. Going to push again to use that battery just to get back into the train again. There we go. We'll ride with Porsche for a moment just so I can piecemeal charge him up a bit. Someone running wide.
Seems to have been a lock-up.
Vettel, he's behind us. It's a big gap to the Astons right now, which is good. We need to make sure we finish ahead of them no matter what, no matter where we finish. Right, so who is holding everything up? We're all behind Magnussen right now and Zhou. They're just swapping places on soft. It's Ocon who's in the mix on mediums. He's being pulled along by the soft runners. Oh, damn it, we're out of range again. I'm going to have to spend ERS just to get back in range again. This is the hardest thing, is managing your battery. Still too far off. Even pushing tyres and fuel, I'm not catching back up enough. I'm going to have to drain his whole battery, I think. Leaders haven't pulled away as much as I thought they would. Come on, get close enough. Nah, no. This is my last chance to get close this lap. If I can't get in the second here, I'm in trouble. Yeah, he's isolated. I'm just going to lose so much ground on this straight. Okay. So we lost touch with Porsche. That's frustrating, but he's comfortably in 16th right now, so he's safe from Ricciardo. He's very much safe from the Astons. Now we just need to focus on Albon who himself is looking a little at risk. I've got the DRS, that's good. See if we can move up the train a little bit.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, so we've got past Sonoda, Norris up next. Oh, I couldn't quite get Norris. I thought we had him for a second then, but trying to get through around the outside of that corner is very tricky. Oh, we're about to get taken by Yuki. Come on, hold the inside line. Hold it. Nope.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
Damn it. Did I just drop out of range again? Yes, I did. Oh, damn it. I can't let Albon lose touch as well. When's best to use ERS and fuel, etc.? Generally, when you're within striking distance of getting into the DRS of someone, it's a good time to push fuel, tyres, ERS to attack, to try and get into that 1 second window. That's if you're chasing a car that's faster than you, because if you drop out of the DRS, you can see how easy it is to get left behind. Look how far behind Porsche is already. He's 9.5 seconds back. That's a point. I need to put him back on neutral. Ricciardo's caught him because I've left him on neutral for far too on recharge for too long. In terms of fuel,
on the low side.
when you're trying to attack to close the gap, you can push your fuel for a bit, but you can't just keep pushing and pushing and pushing because you will run out of fuel eventually. And I think we're about to lose this queue. Let's throw the tyres at it full just for a lap.
McLaren gain a position.
Yeah, Ricciardo's overtaking Porsche. It's because I left him on recharge for way too long. Yeah, I'm out the queue. I can't get back in it. I dropped out when I wasn't paying attention, and that's kind of screwed that up. Ocon's pitting now on lap 19 on medium, so he's got to be 2-stopping. I thought he'd be 1-stopping. Ricciardo's pitting, Vettel's pitting. Interesting. We're getting close to our pit windows. It's not all doom and gloom, but it would be much easier for us to make up ground on some of these guys if we were still in the DRS. Yeah, as a general rule, I tend to use ERS quite sparingly because it's at least with Williams anyway, because it's so hard to charge up without losing a bunch of time. I mean, you saw we were charging up Porsche and we just dropped out of DRS and then I couldn't get back in it again. And that's kind of what happened with Alex as well. I was charging him up and he dropped out of range and then I couldn't get him back in and we didn't have enough battery left to push hard enough to get back in. So I tried to keep my battery quite high, use it sparingly and then charge it up at the first available opportunity again, so that if I do need to use it, I've got sustained battery for about 2 laps before it runs out. As far as fuel goes, it varies from situation to situation. You can, if you're in a DRS train, you can save quite a bit of fuel, just simply because you're in DRS all the time, and using DRS means you lose a lot less fuel. But you can overfuel the car if you want to push hard on fuel. I chose not to do that on this circuit because I'm banking on a safety car. Going to make up a couple of positions here. It's only going to be temporary, but it does mean if I can stay ahead of Gasly briefly, I can then try and follow him for a couple of laps before I pit. Porsche got out ahead of the other queue, which is good. He can act as a bit of a roadblock, I hope. Gasly's going to absolutely fly past me here. He's on hards, I'm on softs, but he's on brand new hards and I'm on very worn softs. So as soon as he gets a clean overtake, he's just going to disappear. I don't know how long I can hold him back. Here he goes. DRS open. Whoosh. So, can I stay with him?
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Oh, almost out of range. It's close. I think I'm just out of DRS range. I am. And he's gone. And there's no way I'm going to catch him. Do I want Nick De Vries in Williams next year? In what context? In the game or in real life?
Box.
Oh, does Alex not have?
Yes,
another
okay,
set? Oh no, he
box.
does still have another set of new softs. Good. I thought he did.
And box this lap.
Okay, Alex, give me everything you got left
We
on
are
the
marching to
tyres.
push a bit more.
Okay, copy.
Porsche, I want you to slow down the cars behind you as much as possible. In real life, yeah, I'd like to see De Vries get a run with Williams, but I don't think he's going to Williams. I think it's more likely he's going to go to AlphaTauri to replace Gasly, who's going to go to Alpine. I think Williams are looking at either holding out for Jack Doohan, or Logan Sargent. I don't think Schumacher's really in the mix. It may be a case of they want to go for Logan and promote him up from F2 because he's in their young driver program in Formula 2. He doesn't have a super license yet. He would need to finish in the top 6 in the championship to get enough points on his super license to get his super license. Oh, we were going to pit and he wouldn't let me because he was blocking the pit lane entrance. So we've got to do another lap. That might not be the worst thing if we can hold up at least one of these guys. He's in third right now in the F2 Championship, but the last race is at Abu Dhabi, so at the end of the season effectively, for Formula 1. So it's a long wait till November to find out whether or not your driver's going to get the points he needs to secure a super license. By which point all the other seats will almost certainly be spoken for, which means the driver market's going to have a lot less names on it. So Mick may potentially have a chance of a Williams seat next year, but I think it may be a question of only if Sargent doesn't get his super license. And there go the sex bots. Right, where is Albon? Oh, there. So yeah, Porsche has lost a lot of time to Albon. Let's stop pushing his tyres. I think a point might be a little bit beyond us.
Need to drop the pace.
Yes.
Unfortunately. Got Ricciardo right behind us at the moment. Yeah, we're a long way off. Everyone's on hards. So theoretically we have a tyre advantage. but I don't know if we've got enough pace in the car to take advantage of the better tyres. There's only so much, you know, a tyre compound can do. Alright, Bottas is in. We're way off Bottas. Stroll's in. What's the gap to Ricciardo? 10 seconds. Well, Ricciardo's just hanging in Albon's DRS right now, so if we want to catch Ricciardo, we need to get Albon to break away from him. So we got overtaken because of DRS. We should get him
with
back.
A great overtake.
We should get him back, but we're not even in DRS range right now. Alright, let's go a bit more aggressive on the tyres. Let's not let him pull away from us.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
We're going to get lapped, so I'm not overly concerned about fuel just yet. I'm hoping I can get these guys into some kind of DRS train. We're going to try and blast past Ricciardo on the back straight and then break the DRS, see if we can pull away from him. But I'm a little concerned that we aren't going to have the pace to get Porsche back into this race.
Push hard, push hard.
Got it.
Alright, that's the DRS open. We're going to go flying past, get DRS on the next straight as well, and then we've got to push
that's
hard
good,
and
very
try
good.
and open up a 1 second gap and keep it at 1 second before the next DRS zone.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Alright, so we've got the gap. Yeah, we've broken the gap, so let's calm down again.
Keep up the lift off. You're doing a very good job.
And now I've got to hope that
Yeah, copy.
Porsche can actually close that gap. Let's stop pushing his tyres too much.
You can afford to drop back.
We'll keep an eye on the gap to Ricciardo as well, see if he actually starts to try and claw that gap back a little bit. Hopefully we can start closing the gap to Magnussen now. Magnussen doesn't have DRS on anyone. This is a critical phase in the race to see what our pace is like. If we don't gain on these guys while we've got a better tyre than them, then we're in trouble. And points aren't going to happen. Not unless we do get a definite safety car. I mean, that's how we won here with Haas. Piastri got the win because Schumacher put his car in the wall. It allowed us to pit from fourth for softs, drop down to fifth, and then power past and get the win. AI was still on hard tyres and we were on brand new softs with, what, 8 laps to go, I think it was. We are pulling away from Ricciardo a little bit, not as much as I would like. We are not making an impression on Magnussen. That is a worry. Porsche is not really making an impression on Ricciardo either. I think this might be it. That's concerning. Especially seeing as I said I wanted Albon in 12th. We just don't have the pace to close up. Got some wiggle room on tyres. We have got a set of softs to come. But even so, it's not looking promising for us. I think we've hit our ceiling. Damn. This car just isn't as competitive as I was hoping it was going to be. Porsche's gaining a tenth or two a lap. It's not much. It's not enough. Our tyres are going to reach the point where they're worse than Ricciardo's. That's, you know, pretty soon as well. So he's going to start closing back in on Albon. Yeah, we need safety car.
I think there's been a lock-up.
Ocon lockup isn't going to do it. We need more than that. Yeah, we're 8 seconds behind Magnussen and Norris now. Maybe we can catch Norris. If Norris drops out of Magnussen's DRS, maybe we can get Norris, but... yeah, I'm not liking our chances now. That's a shame. Silverstone won't be any better than than this. So it's going to be a very tough season.
We've just had a spin.
Schumacher spun. Schumacher was already at the back of the grid. That's no real impact on our race. Ricciardo, 2 seconds. Is he starting to close us back up? I think he might be. And the leaders are starting to get close to Porsche. If we're going to get that safety car, we need it before we get lapped. Ricciardo is now closing back in on Albon, and we are falling further and further behind. This isn't working. Maybe we should have gone with a one stop. I don't think that would have really done us any favours either. This is definitely the faster strategy, but we just haven't got the pace. I think the car's got too much drag. We're going to need a new floor, another new floor, I think. Maybe another new rear wing. Just try and shave some of the drag off this car, get some extra cornering downforce. But yeah, this is depressing. We're barely holding off Ricciardo right now. We're about to get lapped by Sainz with Porsche. Alright, well, we're into our pit window. I'm guessing the AI is going to be pitting soon with some of their cars as well. It's not inconceivable that we might get unlapped through pits. I don't think it will. Yeah, I don't think we're in good shape here. Oh!
Two cars out, a lot of debris.
Is this what I need? It's just a yellow flag. It's just a yellow flag. Oh, damn it. I was getting excited then. I thought we had what we needed.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed. Let's see what happened there.
Oh. It's a penalty for Gasly. Did he take out both of them? No, just pushed one off the track. I don't think there's any real damage to Bottas there. Oh, no, Zhou. I think Zhou's pitting.
McLaren gain a position.
Well, no, Zhou just lost a load of time. Alright, we got overtaken. A yellow flag in sector 2. That's just Porsche getting lapped.
Is that a lockup?
Oh, Magnussen's locked up. Doesn't help us, he's still a long way off. Gasly's in for the pits. Albon's just going to sit behind Ricciardo for a bit, try and stay with him. Porsche. Can I stay with the Red Bulls?
We're happy to push.
Is he in DRS? I don't think he is. Yeah, we missed out. Some of the rest of the field's pitting. Oh no, it was just us overtaking.
Looks like a good move for Williams. Here's
did
the
we
replay.
overtake?
Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon.
Oh, I see. So we got past Gasly briefly and Ricciardo, and then Gasly beat us back out the pits. Okay. I was wondering how we suddenly gained 2 places. Let's push the tyres.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
I'm outside the DRS range already. It's Gasly, so I can't even get a tow from him. Oh, I had high hopes coming into this Grand Prix, and I'm miserable now. Okay, it's the pit stop for Porsche.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
He's going to get lapped by the McLaren, by the Mercedes. It's going to slow him down again. So it might be better to just pit him at the end of this lap rather than lose time pulling over and letting the other cars through. Let's box him this lap.
So boxing this lap.
You watch me make my pit stops and then immediately get a safety car. I'm going to keep Albon out for another lap or 2 yet, I think. Just on the off chance. I mean, the leaders are so close to each other, one lockup could take a couple of them out and bring out a safety car.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, Porsche in the pits. Set of softs. He's going to be quick, so he's going to catch Vettel. Get back past him. We have somehow managed to break a second gap to Ricciardo. Not quite sure how. Yellow flag in sector 3. Sector 1, crash! Yellow flag. Ah, damn it. I was hoping for a safety car.
We've just had a crash on the track. Let's take a closer look. Now we see Valtteri Bottas.
So this is Bottas crashing on turn 10, not turn 1.
A definite collision there. That's very unfortunate.
It's fine. He's so far ahead, it's not going to have any impact on us either. Alright, I'm going to pit this lap.
Box.
I might stay out if Ricciardo has DRS to us.
Box.
Ricciardo does not have DRS. Let's delay by 1 more lap. He's going to get DRS again on this lap, but we're at that point where there's a lot of cars bunching up. Safety car could happen, and I don't want to pit too early. How's Porsche doing? Gap to Vettel is 5.5 seconds. Vettel's still on hards. Gap is coming down. Could bring us out behind the leaders unless they wipe themselves out on the hairpin, which they haven't done.
The tyres aren't really coming down.
But
Okay,
hopefully, if they're staying out, which looking at their tyres means they might well do, hopefully we can tuck up behind them and then claw some position back. I need to try and get out before the Mercedes go through if I can. I might have left this too long. Full attack, come on, get out. Get out.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Ah, damn it. I did leave it too long, I should have pitted earlier. So we're stuck here now. But as long as the Mercedes close in on everyone else, let's take a look at lap times. 57% tyres for Hamilton, 65 for Russell. Last lap they did 118s. Most of the field behind them is actually doing faster times. Nothing's going right. It's all going wrong.
Good to drop the pace.
Save the tyres just in case they do pit, and then I can try and sprint. Ricardo's lapping a 118.7. We've got the pace to unlap ourselves, but game won't let us do that. I definitely left this too long. I should have pitted earlier. Thought I'd be safe to the Mercedes and thought I'd had enough of a gap. It was a stupid mistake. Just like Miami. Not thinking things through quickly, carefully enough. Porsche is the fastest man on track right now. Ocon pits. It's a long way ahead. Anyone else pitting? Not yet. Ocon's going to go on to softs. I suppose it's lucky that the Mercedes cars aren't that far behind the Ferraris. Ricardo pits. Can we get out ahead of Ricardo? Yes, we can. Only just. But it's enough. So that's one car we don't have to worry about. We are a long way behind Ocon, though, who's now going to be very fast because he's going to be on softs. So, yeah. We're not getting Ocon. And given the distance behind to Zhou, I don't think we're getting anyone else either. Not unless these Mercedes speed up. Come on, pit. Pit for softs. Oh, damn it. Oh, that's Mick. Oh, that's okay. I thought that was someone else for a second then. You know what, I may as well just get Porsche to start pushing. See if we can catch him back up to this queue, seeing as he's lapping faster than these guys are. Leaders still aren't pitting, the Mercedes still aren't pitting. Gap to Zhou is 20 seconds, and you're only going to lose about 18 to 20 on this lap, on this track. So it's not enough to get ahead of Zhou if Zhou suddenly pits. Zhou is about to get lapped, which will slow him down. And then we can try and capitalise on that. Two fast cars coming through. Leader's still not pitting.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
Neither of those guys pit. Sonoda has a lock-up. We've had a crash in Sector 3. That's Bottas again, I think.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Oh, Vettel.
Let's take a look at the replay. So this was the Aston Martin.
Has he done the same thing again?
There's the crash.
He has. Actually, no, it wasn't him who did it. It was Bottas who did it there, wasn't it? Porsche, the gap is down to 7.4 seconds. So we are gradually closing in on the back of Ricciardo. We might be able to get Porsche ahead of Ricciardo. Salvage something from this race. We are now 19 seconds behind Zhou. If Zhou does make a last minute pit stop, it will drop him about where we are. I need them to start lapping some more cars and then there to be a safety car. Bunch the whole field up.
McLaren gain a position.
Ah, Ricciardo got us. It's going to be really hard to get back past him.
Up.
Porsche's fuel's a bit low. He's almost caught up. They need to look at changing the coding so you can unlap yourself. Yeah, I mean, trouble is if you could just unlap yourself, but the AI can't unlap themselves, then it's a bit wonky if you do it that way. Plus, if you allow everyone to unlap themselves, then you're just going to get lap cars immediately overtaking you in the DRS zone, and then blue flagging, getting out the way, and then re-overtaking you in the DRS zone. It's just going to ruin your race. So I can kind of understand why it's not allowed. Honestly, I'd be happy if they just allowed you to unlap under a safety car. I could live with this if you could unlap, during a safety car. But yeah, it's going to be tricky to implement, because how do you determine if someone's fast enough to unlap themselves and pull away, or whether they're just fast because they're in the DRS? Alright, we managed to get back past Ricciardo. I mean, we had the pace to pull away from
and a new
the Mercedes cars, absolutely, because we were lapping. We could have lapped at least a second faster than them. But yeah, I'd say it's a bit of a moot point. If I'd not been so careless, I could have got us in earlier and got us onto the back of the leaders, and it wouldn't have been an issue. And they would have pulled us all the way up to 12th place, and we could have hit 12th. I don't think they would catch... Well, they might catch Gasly. We might even have been able to get a point. But then again, we would have had a lot of cars right on our heels. Yeah. I don't know. If we played this one a bit differently, maybe we could have capitalised on it, but... okay, Porsche is in the DRS. Let's just make sure he actually finishes the race. Calm his tyres down as well. Gap to Joe's down to 14 seconds, but we haven't got enough time to catch him now. This race is pretty much over. We keep trading with Ricciardo right now. We might not even get 15th at this rate.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I need to get... Right. Let's go aggressive. Let's go push.
Let's go for a push.
Go overtake.
Yep, sure.
Let's go balance. Let's go aggressive.
Battery is high. You can use
Let's
overtake.
go overtake.
Copy.
And let's see if we can try and sneak back past, or sneak both our cars in front of Ricciardo here.
We think you can reduce lifting coast. To use the overtake.
We've got enough battery to do this for the last 2 laps, so
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
it's only 2 because we've been lapped. With overtake, we should get... There we go. We should get the acceleration out of the corner.
You're doing a good job.
We're basically going to be running side by side, but we need to make sure that it's Porsche gets ahead of...
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Gets ahead of Ricciardo. And I think we've just done it. Okay, so... Beautiful.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We've just got to hold this for the last lap now. 15th and 16th, disappointing. We just couldn't get Alex as high up as we needed him to. We're going to lose 250 grand on the guarantee that we made. But we should manage to get a little bonus because we got 1 car into P15. So I think we'll get the finish position. I don't really care which one of them gets it, as long as one of them gets it. There's no points on offer, just a little bit of a sponsorship bonus.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
And there we go. A disappointing end. Well, an okay end to a disappointing race. I had high hopes coming into Canada. I thought we would be able to sneak a point, but we didn't get a safety car, which is... We didn't even get a virtual safety car, which is so rare for Canada. So, yeah, disappointing. Still, we push on. We go to Silverstone next. I don't think we're going to be able to do much at Silverstone, but again, if we get a safety car, this is all we're just hoping for safety cars. The car isn't where I hoped it would be at this stage of the season. I thought we'd have a bit more pace than this. I am wondering whether or not I should replace Albon. So we lost some money with the sponsors. We guaranteed 3 things, and we failed all of them. Oof. I'm going to take a look at upgrading our driver lineup, I think. Let's just put some points in. Improve Alex's cornering pace. I kind of want to get rid of Alex, but I kind of don't want to get rid of him at the same time. Can I get Alonso? If I can get Alonso, then we'll do it. But I don't know if I can get him or not. No, he's not interested. Who is interested? Just out of interest. Bottas, too expensive. Way too expensive. 17 million a year. We're a small team. Gasly's interested. He's going to cost me 7 million a year. He's going to cost more than Albon. But that would be a definite step up, I think. Let's do a full scout on him, so we can do a direct comparison to Albon. Vettel's interested, but Vettel's 14 mil a year. That's too much. I can't afford that. That will put me into massive debt that I struggle to get out of. Not buying K-Mag. And then everyone else is not as good. I mean, Oscar is very tempting, but I don't want to fall into the routine of using Oscar again. We've used him already. Doohan eats tyres like they're going out of fashion. Vesti's not bad. But he's not good enough to replace Albon. I can't have Vesti in the car alongside Teo. I need someone with a bit more pace. So it looks like it's Gasly or bust, I think. We'll wait for the scouting report on him, see what comes back. I know he's going to cost me about 7 million a year, but Albon costs 6 million, so there's only 6 months left on this contract. So Albon's contract's going to be quite easy to buy out. I'm not sure how much is left on Gasly's though. I think he's got a year and a half left. Pit crew is up to 74. I've just remembered I was going to show the engine thing. So that is it rules and regs? No. I've got to remember if I can find that. Warehouse, powertrains. There we go. So I can't show you the rest of the grids engines in terms of their stuff, but you can see the performance of the car. 90% power on this particular engine. Its power loss threshold is 70%. So when it gets below 70, it starts to lose power. It's got good wear resistance, so it takes a long time to wear these engines out. Thermal efficiency is okay, it's not bad. Fuel efficiency is not great though. The Mercedes is a thirsty girl. The Red Bull, I think their power loss threshold is 85%. It's like 80%, I think. Maybe 75. I think Ferrari, I think I've got the best. Then I think it's Renault. And then I think it's Red Bull. I know the Renault engine is the most fuel efficient. The Red Bull's got the worst thermal resistance. Or at least that's what it was before the patch. I'm not sure whether they've been updated or not since the patch. We won't really know until the end of the season. So Silverstone's in 11 days. What are we looking like so far with the front wing? New front wing's 15 days away. That will help. When's the next ATR period? No design or research slots available. I've got another project going as well. I've got side pod research going as well. Okay, so I can't do any more upgrades for the car until that project finishes. When does our upgrade go through? That's still 45 days away. That's still a way off. Alright, race simulator. Can't afford that. Not quite. Plus, I don't want to spend the money if I'm going to be buying Porsche, not Porsche, Gasly. I know who I do want to look for though. I do want to look at replacing Mr. Irwin. See if anyone's changed their mind and is now interested in signing for us. Josh is still not interested. Okay, that's a shame. What about Mr. Hayes? Also not interested. Josh is the one I want. Maybe he'll change his tune by the end of the season. What's our hospitality looking like? Not great. That's not horrendously expensive. It's going to take a month to get a full detailed feedback on Gasly, so we can go ahead and drop that upgrade in. That'll give us a boost to our attractiveness twice. It'll boost us to plus 15% and a bonus of an extra 10% for reaching level 2. So that's definitely worth doing. That might possibly persuade Josh to have another look at us. Could upgrade the helipad. The helipad's getting close to being worn out, so let's go ahead and upgrade that now as well, because that's quite cheap at this stage. Memorabilia room, that's not quite close enough yet. Yeah, we'll not spend any more money. Suspension is now up to 4. Debrief. Low speed cornering needs to be better. Yeah, everything needs to be better. We met expectations. That's not too bad. Franco Colapinto, up and coming driver. I know who I want as my reserve driver, but I can't get him till the end of next season. New chassis is done. New ATR period. Helipad's done. So we've got some hours available, but we haven't got any slots available to do anything with them just yet. Jack's contract is down to 6 months. Alex's contract is down to 6 months. Helipad is now done as well. Team Hub is upgraded. That's good. That'll give us an extra boost to our experience game for our staff. Also boosts our team attractiveness as well. Let's take another look and see if Josh has changed his mind in the short moment that we've been away. No. Is the answer. I don't know why I was expecting, really. Race preview. Race prep, we'll do that in a minute. We've got high confidence in our leadership. Okay, that's good. They're happy with race results. We haven't had any satisfactory races. We've either been happy or delighted. We've knocked on the door of points twice. Could arguably have got points at Miami if we hadn't messed up with the rain. That would have been such a boost if we'd got that. We'd still be 9th, but we'd have points. But no, the board are happy, so that's good. A couple more emails to look at. Financial report, everything's okay with our finances. We've got 6.7 mil right now. Yeah. High-speed cornering is good compared to the rest of the car. Engine cooling is good in general for the grid. It's not bad, 13th. Everything else is hot garbage. I'm not going to set any targets. The quali streak, I'm guessing we achieved that last time out. Finish position streak, we are still going on that. As long as we can keep a car in 15th, we're good. Yeah. Let's go to Silverstone.
We're here in legendary Silverstone, where the very first Formula One World Championship Grand Prix was held back in 1950. It's a place where every tuft of grass breathes motorsport, and the crowd are already crackling with excitement. Silverstone demands a lot of power from cars, with numerous twists and historic turns. Downforce is going to be a key factor to manage if teams want to succeed here. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Alright, so... Whoa, we have some rain in practice 1, or practice 2, or both. The rest of the race this weekend is going to be clean. And by clean I mean dry. Right, let's give this a try. Let's go stiff on the car. Yeah, let's give that a go. I'll go 19 laps. I'm just going to go with a set of hards. Get the hard running out of the way. Change car parts. I think we're still on the... I know we swapped stuff over, didn't we? For the race. Not that it did us any good. Gearbox. Let's put in the worst of the gearboxes. Okay, Teo's done. Let's do Alex. Let's go hard tyres. 19, actually, yeah, 19 laps. Driving options, calm him down. So we'll vary the setups a little bit again. I'm going to go full camber on this one. And that's right on the edge. Let's go with that. What did I do with the toe on this car? I'm going to push the toe up. It's going to be somewhere around the same range, I think. Let's go with that. Right, into practice.
Radio check. Radio check.
Copy, radio check.
So I think, where do we go after this? We go to... this might be Alex's last race. There was no way I was going to replace him at Silverstone. This is home race. Yeah, we're going to your home race, you're fired. But this, depending on how things go, I might fire him after this race and just go straight for Gasly. Because we're going to Austria next. And so I want someone as racy as possible in the car. So if Albon doesn't do well here, it could be curtains for him before we even get the scouting report back. I did initially want to try and get Alonso in the car next year, but given how it's been developing so far, I don't think we'd be able to get him for next year. I don't know. Well, maybe we could. I can be quite impulsive at times in this, and I'm debating now whether or not I should go straight for Gasly or whether I should hold off to the end of the season and see if I can persuade Alonso. He hasn't got any growth potential really, but he has got better stats. Not by much, it's pretty close between the two actually, but he is cheaper. We could probably get Alonso for around about 5 mil. But then I'd be buying a driver who's not going to improve, or barely improve, so... yeah, Gasly's the right call, I think. Alright, let's speed up practice.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
I see Yuki Tsunoda is doing his thing. And the second spots are back.
Further rain expected. Pit lane at the moment.
Oh, we've got rain. I forgot to check for rain. Ah, knackers. That means we're going to lose that upward curve that we're just about to hit into on our track knowledge. How wet's it going to get? Not very. It should be into weather, I think, by the look of it. Alright, let's call the cars in. You'd say wait till the end of the season and get Gasly. Gasly could be the difference between getting points and not getting points this season. Oh, okay, we're way off. Not good. I don't know which way to go with the rest of the car though, so I'll send them straight back out, but on inters. Oh, wow. Yeah, we've almost nailed this car. Okay, let's send Alex back out on inters and at least get a confirmed setup. Something that we can roll back to if we mess things up. I mean, if Gasly had been interested at the start of the season, and I can't remember if he was or not, then I probably should have put Gasly in the car, hired Porsche as my young driver, as my reserve driver, and then run Gasly and Albon. Albon has a bit more consistency to him, but Porsche has the pace to match him. So, pace-wise, we're not losing out horribly. Porsche was definitely a better shout than Latifi, hands down. Made the right decision to get rid of Latifi, but maybe I should have gone for Gasly. Oh, we're optimal. Beautiful.
I'm happy.
We know he's not 100%, but he's got to be close. 99%. Knocked that one out the park. That's going to be significantly lower. I was going to get rid of Albon at the end of the season anyway, but
Okay.
yeah, I might well go ahead and just get rid of him after Silverstone. Albon's not a very aggressive driver as well, whereas I think Gasly is more aggressive. So he's more likely to go for an overtake. Like I said, he's got more pace as well. He could be the difference between getting a point and not getting a point. And for only $1 million more a season, that might be invaluable. Right, we're at 36. How long is the weather going to stay like this? I'm just going to let them run for the rest of the session, I think. Or at least until the track dries up. Or they run out of fuel. Try and get that track knowledge to go up.
Sounds like a spin.
They're scheduled to finish their run as the track's about dry as well, which kind of helps. And then we'll just send them out and try and make a head start on changes for the next session.
Oh, we've had a spin. Oh, did someone run wide there?
Oh,
Take a
Gasly,
look
don't
now.
start having a
Now look
nightmare
at this.
race
Pierre
now.
Gasly. They've gone
Just been
wide.
bigging you up in
they
chat.
won't be happy about that.
Okay, that's not really a bad run wide. You barely lose any time at all doing that. Nope. Albon's had a lock up. That's him in the background, isn't it? Yep. There he is. Okay, Gasly's certainly looking the smarter of the two so far. They're both taking a claim for why they should not be the driver to have that seat. Oh, we're going to crash. Don't be Gasly. Don't be Gasly. No, it's not Gasly. Oh, wow. That's an Alpine and...
Not expecting more rain in this session.
I can't see who that is. Who is that? Schumacher. Schumacher and Ocon. Oh, and actually, no, it could be Alonso. It's Alonso. We were just bigging him up as well. Go for Alonso now. Yeah. I don't think that timing has worked out quite the way you thought there, Mr. Water. Alright, run's about to end.
VSC ending.
Got Porsche up to 30.
A weather update, level 0 rain around the track.
Look at that there. Run ends just as the track's starting to dry up. Perfect timing. And that gives me time to turn the cars around and get them on track for about 5-10 minutes as well. Well, maybe 7 minutes. 82%, so there's a little bit of work needed here. Rear wing's great, so we don't change the rear wing. We change everything to move the rear wing slightly. Roll bar is good, so again, we don't touch the roll bar. So it's the front wing, the camber and the toe that needs to change. Let's go with... I went 5.5 on Alex's car, I think, so we'll go to 6 on this one. And then with these changes, actually, let's go to 5.5. Let's try that. See how that does. Let's put the hard tyres back on. Yeah, look at that. Just need to change the braking stability, and we can do that by doing that. There we go. That should hopefully be it. That little tweak to the toe. You think the game looks really good, Farah? Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I'm hooked on this. I can't stop playing this. I've got so many save files. I've got another Williams save file that I'm running alongside this one, where I'm running with Porsche and Piastri as my two drivers, and Dennis Hauger as my reserve driver. Alonso still hasn't changed his wing. Alonso's just gone back out with the same busted ass wing. That's bizarre. Why hasn't he changed? That is ridiculous. Yeah, Fernando's a really experienced driver, and you know, he knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I've got a Williams file that is, so far, I've just done Zandvoort, and I'm about to do the race at Monza. I've done all the practice and qualifying and stuff. I'm about to race at Monza on my other Williams file, also in its first season. That car is actually a bit more ahead in terms of performance than this one.
Fail 84, please. Fail 84.
Part of the reason why I thought I'd be a little bit more competitive in this one than we have been. You know, the upgrades haven't gone through the same way, and obviously certain things change. But I've got that. I've got a couple of different McLaren files. I've got an Aston Martin file. I've got the Ferrari file. I've got the Haas file. I did have an Alpine file, but I think I deleted that. I did have a Mercedes file, but I think I deleted that. Yeah, I put more hours into this than I can count. Right, we've done the hard work with the setups already. Let's just increase their runs. We'll stick with soft tyres for this, because again we might have weather. We won't know till we get on track. And hopefully this will be 100% set up for
radio check
for Alex. We have got more weather coming. Oh, great. This is really going to hamper our gaining of track knowledge. The rain always comes at a really awkward point, about halfway through the first run. So we might get the setups nearly dialed in, but we're going to have to come in, put on tyres and send them straight back out again. Just get them running, and even then, the rain is so... It's in such a position where it's not really going to do us any favours. It's too early for me to get feedback from Porsche. May just get it from Albon. But it's going to mess up our learning. Look, just as we start to get that upward curve of gaining track knowledge, it starts raining. So we have to bring them in, change the tyres, and then they start on a very shallow gradient again, and they're about halfway through that run. They'll start to get the up curve, and then it'll stop raining, and we'll have to bring them in and change the tyres again. Yeah, not good. How you doing, Anthony?
I think we've had a car run wide.
You started another Alfa Romeo safe file the other day and had Bottas and Piastri as the drivers. Should have gone for Porsche. Porsche is actually in the Sauber Young Driver program, so it would have
There's
been.
been a lock-up.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, Albon's gone. Yeah, okay, Albon is getting fired. He's braking the car. Yeah, but so he's actually in the Sauber Young Driver program, so it would make perfect sense for him to get promoted up to the Alfa Romeo team. I haven't actually done a file with Alfa Romeo yet. I haven't done anything with Alfa Romeo or Alfa Tauri. They're the only two teams I haven't touched. Oh, and Red Bull. Haven't touched Red Bull. Okay, that's optimal. We didn't make any change to the rear wing. That car should be 100%. So let's get a set of inters on the car and wait for the rain. Oh wait, I didn't change the wing, did I? Replace the front wing. There we go.
Further rain expected.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to do an Alfa Romeo file, I would definitely have Porsche as my young driver. I'd probably stick with Zhou and Bottas for at least one season, and then I might get rid of Bottas at the end of the season when his contract is a bit cheaper to break, and throw Porsche in there. Give Porsche a year of running FP1 sessions and getting some improvements in before we put him in the car with Zhou. That's probably the way I'd go about it. That's why I was umming and ahhing about putting Logan into the reserve role on this car. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do that because he is the official Williams test driver. So I think we will sign Logan Sargent after this race as our new reserve driver. Start getting some practice in on him. And then have him in the team for a couple of years. Off that basis, would you get rid of Vettel over Stroll? No, I would get rid of Stroll, and then I would, at the end of the season, I would not renew Vettel's contract, because Vettel's contract is 14 million a year, so it's going to cost you a lot to get rid of him. But he's a handy driver. He's very good on his tyres, so it's worth keeping him for that one season, and getting someone else in alongside him, and then replace him at the end of the season when his contract runs out. That way you don't have to pay a huge amount of money to re-sign him, and you don't pay through the nose to break his contract early and replace him with someone who you also may have to pay a fee to buy out their contract, depending on who you're trying to sign. If you want to be really interesting, what you could do is you could pair up, because I've done this a couple of times myself, you could pair up Vettel and Alonso and have 6 world championships between them as your driver lineup. Rain's about to come. We've got great setup on Porsche. Okay, well I'm going to leave them out until the rain comes. I didn't think we'd actually get feedback before the rain hit. It's lucky we did send them out at the end of the last session, even if it was only for 5 or 10 minutes. That enabled me to get that feedback from Teo. Alex can go out now. Oh, we went the wrong way with the braking. We need to go that way. That's great. So let's go there. We've got the front wing to optimal. We need to go to there. What's that done to our roll bar? Where were we on the roll bar? I think we need to do that with the roll bar. Rear wing's okay. Let's pull that back in a bit. Let's do that. I think that might just about do it. Inters, confirm. Do you think you could grind your way to success in this game, or is knowledge paramount? Knowledge helps. Helps get you more invested in the game as well, if you have a knowledge of drivers and stuff. But it's not essential. You could, once you get used to the way the game works, you know, you could grind out championships in any team. Just depending on which team it is you've gone for, it will determine how hard that's going to be. I mean, for the beginner who has no real knowledge of the sport or the game itself, Ferrari's the team to go for, because they've got a strong driver lineup, they've got a strong staff lineup, they've got great facilities, and they have the pace to win the championship. So they would be a great team to start playing with. But once you figure out how to play the game, drop down a few teams. You know, drop down to, say, McLaren, or, well, Haas or Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is not bad because while they are lacking in some areas, they've got a fastish car, pretty fast car, and they've got a very good driver in Bottas. Alpine's not a bad one to go for as well. They're ranked 4th on the grid. And then once you want to have a real challenge, then you want to look at the teams like Aston Martin and Williams. Williams is the hardest team to play with because they have not a great driver lineup. They have pretty poor facilities. They have the worst car on the grid.
What was the balance, please?
And they have one of the worst budgets on the grid as well.
Okay,
so,
understood.
you know, you play Williams if you want a real challenge. And you have to be prepared for a grind because it's going to take a couple of seasons to get the car where you want it. Shouldn't have started with Aston Martin. Well, Aston Martin's car is rubbish, but I mean they've got a good driver in Vettel. Some of their staff is good, some of their staff is not. But they have decent facility, well, okay facilities. They have a big budget though, so they're basically they're Williams for beginners, basically, because you have a lot of money. You have twice the money to throw around that you do at Williams, I think, or an extra 9 or 10 million, something like that. You have 20, I think, just under 30 million just at the start of the season with Aston Martin. I think you only start with like 18 million at Williams, so yeah, you've got an extra 10 million over Williams and a slightly better car.
Stop.
Yep, copy.
And a better driver lineup. Right, Albon should be 100%.
I think it will be dry.
Yeah, Albon's 100%. So we'll slap some softs on and just run him. We don't have to make any tweaks to his car, so that's good. It's an extra 4.5-5 minutes of running that he would lose if we needed to tweak the car. Going to start an Aston Martin save soon. Yeah, they're a good team to play with, and as I say, you can kind of. I mean, this is post-patch as well. I put an Aston Martin team together with Alonso replacing Stroll, and I got Alonso in 12th in the first race at Bahrain. So if you know what you're doing, you can still achieve points. Not overly difficult, but you know, you can get points, and you can sniff out opportunities, and if you can capitalise on situations, you can definitely get points with an Aston Martin. You need a little bit of luck here and there as well, but as I say, you've got the budget to go for good drivers who can really take advantage of the situations that present themselves, and on top of that, you've also got the facility, the budget to go after staff members that are going to make a real difference to your aero as well. And you don't need to worry about your race engineers because they're good enough. Okay, so we made a start on the changes, but that's looking good so far. Need a couple more bits of feedback. Let's run. I think I'm just going to run both drivers to the end. Depending on what Teo's feedback comes back as, we might just leave him out on track for the last 19.5 minutes. You want to try and get both done in the first season, if you can. Piastri's a good driver, but like I said, you are going to spend the first half of the season putting all of his development points into his smoothness. Okay, so we got Teo up to optimal as well, 97%. That's pretty good. So we'll let them run till the flag. Try and get that extra bit of track knowledge. It's low for the end of P2. That rain is coming in the middle of the sessions the way it did like that. It's completely messed up our running. But Albon can go on a set of hards or a set of mediums because we've already used the hards. I can stick him on a set of mediums and just run him to the whole session to get his track knowledge up. I can get 45% out of him.
Who's running wide there?
Easily.
Good job.
Teo's is achievable, and we only need to make one little tweak, so we should be able to get them both up to 100% as long as we get clean running. So Alonso's got a penalty for that collision where he, made a mess of things. Schumacher's got a penalty as well for also making a mess of things.
Hello and thank you.
Go away, Crofty. Right. Let's see. Just cornering. Okay, so I don't know which way to go with that. Let me have a look at Alex's car. So Alex is, he's all the way over there. do that. Hopefully that's enough. So, run plan. ...40 laps. Should just about get 40 laps out. Oh, no. they're good for around 39 laps. Well, we're not pushing them, so we might get 40 laps out of them. We'll go 35, not 40. There we go. Driver options, conserve. There we go.
Radio check. You hear me okay?
So Alex needs a long run. Porsche we can pull in halfway through if we need to just retweak that setup. I'm hoping that little touch that we made to the camber is enough. Well, that little camber and toe correction. They're both easily going to get to 100% if they stay on their run as it is. But if we do need to pull Teo in, we'll be pulling him in about 15 minutes.
Did
Just
somebody
before
spin out
half past
there?
12. Spinoda's at it again. Oh, Teo. I'll lock up. At least he didn't damage anything. Please tell me he didn't damage anything.
They've locked up and gone straight on.
Not seeing any warning messages popping up from the engineer, so I guess he got away with that.
Okay.
And there we go, 100%. So we can leave them both out until they hit 100%, and then we can pull them in. That's what I wanted to see. And after the mess of trying to get those setups dialed in last race, it feels good to lock these ones in. Okay, Porsche's hit 100%. Let's call him in. Alex is not far off. And there we go. Our drivers are as prepped as they can be.
We've just had a car run wide.
That's the end of the session. Now it's time to qualify at the back of the grid. You know what? I probably should have thought about this. Given where our car is right now. I don't know if I've used up enough of the... I can get a new engine. I can get a new ERS. And I can still do a new gearbox as well. I can run a new this gearbox in quali and then swap the engine for the gearbox for the race. I'm going to take the penalties here rather than taking them at Austria. We're going to be qualifying the back of the grid anyway, so we might as well get them out of the way on a track where we might really not have much of a chance of moving up. Make sure I'm running that gearbox so I can buy the new one and put it in the car after quali. Take the flying lap off. Austria, we've got it's one of those circuits where we've got the opportunity to get points if we can get into the high up the train nice and early. So the first few laps will be vital at Austria, and the higher up the grid we can start, the better chance we've got of getting up to getting up into a position where we can actually gain quite a lot of time. So it makes sense to take the penalties here, where we haven't really got that opportunity. So let's put a new engine in here. It's going to be an expensive session. That's 4 million. And then another 2 million to spend. So that's 6 million that we've got gone. But we'll get the penalties out the way today, and then when we stream tomorrow, we might not stream again until Monday. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Then when we get to Austria, we won't have penalties to take, and we'll have a fresh batch of components as well. So given that we only have, well, we're going to get penalties. I'm not. I've got to run them, I think, at least once, but I'm only going to do one lap, just to see what our pace is with, pristine components. And we'll do that at the very end of the session, when the track's at its grippiest. There's no point wasting tyres when we might qualify 17th and 19th, or 18th and 19th, and then start 19th and 20th because of the penalties. There's no point wasting the tyres. So let's see what the boys can do. They've got clear track. They've got good space between them. No one's crowding them from behind. They're not going to trip over each other. They've got full 100% components in a track that they have 100% knowledge, 100% car knowledge, and 100% setup knowledge as well. This is as good as it gets All right, take it easy, Farah. Don't forget, I mean, all the live streams stay on the channel, so I mean, you can go back and watch what you missed, or watch one of our progress from the start of the season, or one of the other live streams that we've done with Haas or Ferrari as well. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon. All right, so we're still slower than Vettel by a tenth. Again, our drivers so evenly matched on pace. Look at that, just 0.05 of a second between them.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now...
Okay, so let's put in the slightly more used engine. Save that one for Monza. Put in the less used ERS unit. And buy a brand new gearbox. Because we're already taking penalties, so why not go the whole hog? And the chat bots are back. Let's hide user and report as spam. There we go. They've been a plague recently. Setup's 100%. Fuel. We'll leave fuel as is, so that we can push. We'll go like that. Same again, we'll swap out the engine for one that's in better shape. Swap out the ERS for one that's in worse shape, not better shape. And put in a... Do I need a brand new gearbox? I don't think I need a new gearbox. No, I don't need a new gearbox for Alex's car. I'm not going to waste the extra $1 million. I did need one for Teo because his gearbox got totaled in that crash at Spain. Strategy-wise, do we go with the one-stop or the two-stop? The one-stop. That looks to be about the optimal time on the one-stop. Let's look at two-stop options. Got plenty of tyres, so we might as well look at using them. See what we can do. Okay, so we're looking at a 122.06 against 122.09. It's close, so on this one I am going to split the strategies. I'm going to put Teo on the one stop, and I'm going to put Alex on the two stop. I think I might change my mind on that. Actually, no, I want to keep these guys close together so they can use each other's DRS on the hangar straight. Yeah, we'll put them both on the two stop. Everything else is done. Let's go racing.
It's bright and sunny as the drivers line up on the grid. Looking at the Williams now. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid.
Back of the grid.
And then we've got Alex Albon. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And we're just moments away now. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, last chance to impress Alex. Okay, we've got a run on Schumacher here.
Nice work.
Nope, couldn't make it stick. Porsche got him though.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
What's everyone else looking like tyre-wise? Okay, everyone else is doing the one stop then by the look of it. This could make things difficult for us. We need to be capitalising on the moments when we've got the better tyres. Albon push. Oh, he's not pushing. Yeah, thank you for that. I thought I'd set him up.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Okay.
I didn't realise. I thought I'd set his
Overtake available.
driver stuff before the race.
Copy.
Thank you for that, Patkins. Wonder why his ERS was looking quite healthy. And there we go. We've got the run on Schumacher. No, Schumacher's blocked us. Porsche's past Norris. Norris is way down the grid.
Good job. Good job.
Don't think Norris had penalties.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Alright, now we've got to run on Schumacher around the outside here. Oh yeah, braver on the brakes. Battery braking.
DRS enabled.
Good.
Okay, that's good, very good.
And instantly get a run on Norris on hard tyres. Yeah, we definitely need to get past Norris as quick as we can. Porsche's got Vettel. And we'll get DRS on the straight as well. So do we. Porsche's pretty much had a battery already. I completely missed us getting out Vettel there.
Let's
I'm going
see
to watch
what
that because I
happened
missed
there.
it.
Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon.
Up the inside. And then powered away through Luffield. Very nice. while we've got a little bit of a pace advantage, I'm gonna... Oh no! Porsche locks up, takes out someone. Stroll. Alright, well, that strategy's out the window.
Two cars out.
Porsche's got a penalty.
Sure.
Okay. Let's fix this mess. So that will give me a 1:22.16. Slightly faster than mediums, on mediums than hards. Let's go with that. If we get a safety car early on, or even from, well, it's just yellow flag here, but a safety car would certainly have closed the field back up. That's our last front wing as well. Ooh, that's not good. Did he damage anything else? Just the front wing.
Was that a crash? Multiple cars, I think.
Was that a crash? No, Crofty. It wasn't.
Charles John.
Yep, copy.
That was a bad one. We saw it happen right in front of us. Need to stay in DRS range.
Copy.
Just creeped in. Or crept in.
Need to drop the pace.
Okay, copy.
There we go, we've got the DRS. There's Porsche at the back of the field. Commentary makes me laugh sometimes. Yeah, it's a bit meh. I'm not a fan of Crofty as it is, so some of his commentary is just so bad. And he goes, "Oh, did somebody go wide there?" It all just sounds so sarcastic to me, anyway.
Okay, ciao John.
Okay, copy.
I think that's new, seeing the serving penalty before it starts doing the stop time. I don't remember seeing that before. You prefer Martin Brundle? Brundle's okay. I'd have preferred. I mean, Brundle did run when Murray stepped down briefly. He did run as a lead commentator, I think, for one season, and then I think James Allison took over. And it was okay, but it wasn't. Brundle doesn't have any excitement in his voice. He's a nice guy. I've met Brundle. Met him 19 years ago now. Murray would have been great. Yeah, Murray in his prime would have been great. But in terms of commentators, I think Ben, I forget his surname, the guy who was Channel 4's commentator last year, or even Alex Jakes this year, would have been better choices than Crofty. That's one of the things I do like about F1 22, is that you can actually choose Alex Jakes as your commentator instead of Crofty. And it alternates between, throwing in, a little bit of colour commentary on the intro cutscenes and exit cutscenes from either Natalie Pinkham or Ant Davidson. But I always listen to Alex Jakes rather than Crofty because I can't listen to Crofty. He does my head in. Alright, so we are sitting comfortably in 15th right now while the battery's being charged up. And there we go. We can now start to push. Oh, I say push, I mean we can go back into neutral and actually start getting the battery out of the corners again. So who are we chasing at the moment? We're stuck behind Ocon. He's controlling the pace right now. What tyres is Ocon on? Mediums. Okay, that's not bad.
Overtake available. Overtake available.
Okay.
Gonna need to calm these tyres down pretty soon. One last push.
One click overtake available.
Yeah.
No, we're not close enough to do anything. Okay, so let's go into neutral, let's drop the tyres down, and let's wait for the pits. Or maybe see if we can just catch someone unawares. I think our best bet is going to be trying to gain through Maggots Beckett's. That's where our car's at its strongest. Yeah, it's not working there. I think we're kind of stuck. The problem with DRS trains, I think we could possibly get past Ocon, or at least we could keep trading places with Ocon and maybe eke our way forward a little bit, but Ricciardo is the stumbling block at the moment. Oh,
Two cars out, a lot of debris.
We've got a crash, a big one.
Copy.
Oh, Verstappen's involved. Verstappen has a penalty.
There's
Who's he
been
hit?
contact, and
He's hit a
several
Ferrari.
cars involved. Here's the replay. Watch this. There's Leclerc.
Oh, he's going to do a Vettel. He's done a Vettel. Thank you. Whoops. I need to turn this down. I completely forgot Porsche was in the race.
You can
I
afford
was
to drop
just
back.
under the assumption he was out. Oh, man alive. We're 30 seconds behind Stroll. It could have been less than that if we hadn't been running all those laps with a fully charged battery. Yeah, I completely forgot Porsche was even still racing. Brain's getting a bit spongy. Someone's locked up. Oh, here we go. Here's a possible chance.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Vettels had a lock up.
Overtake available.
Yes.
These guys in front getting a bit froggy with each other. Verstappen falling down the order. Is he in the pits yet? No, he's just got really bad damage by the look of it. We can't catch. Okay, let's charge up again.
Charge on.
So let's have
Yeah,
a quick
copy.
look before he pits in. I want to see just the state of Verstappen's car. Oh yeah, no front wing at all. And Leclerc's in pretty rough shape as well. I'm guessing that's just a tyre stop. Yeah, just tyres. So his tyres got mashed from that collision. Went to the pit window with Albon, and we haven't really made up much in the way of positions. Is it worth retiring him to save car parts? I will retire him when he gets lapped. If a safety car comes out in the next 10-15 laps, then he's back in the race. But you know, if he gets lapped, then I'll retire him. What happened here? How did we lose all that time? Oh, it's because we're charging up. Ah, I hate that you just drop off the back of the trains as soon as you start charging. Can I close it without the push? We are catching Stroll a little bit, not by much. Where is Albon? No, I'm falling back. I'm about to get passed by Leclerc. Maybe I can stick with Leclerc for a lap or two. Well, I'm going to be pitting in a lap or two anyway, so can I stay with him for a lap?
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Okay, I
Box.
was in a second there,
Yes.
so
okay,
I'll get
box.
DRS on the straight, even though that Ferrari's already away from me. I'll close back up a bit, but there's no way I'm going to be able to get back into his DRS for the hangar straight. He's going to be gone long before we get to Maggotts Beckett. Even with DRS, I'm going to be over a second away, look. Yeah, we'll just pit this lap. See if we can undercut some of the cars in front. Yellow flag in sector 3. I'm sure what that was
Was
for.
that a lock-up on the
Oh,
track?
Perez locking up. Right, into the pits we go. Not a bad stop, 2.7. We're going to come out just behind Perez. Can I don't think I can get onto Perez. He's already 2.5 seconds ahead. I'm pulling away. Got some guys in front who are pitting.
They've gone wide!
Ricciardo's run wide, that helps. God, even with a push like this, we're still losing time to Verstappen.
And keep an eye on your battery.
Yep, copy.
Right, where is Porsche? Yeah, Sainz is getting close. Zhou and Perez are pitted. I think the AI is going to run 2 stops, you know. I thought a big chunk of them might 1 stop, but I think quite a few of them are going to 2 stop. So it depends. Is Sainz going to pit this lap? We've got past Norris. Push for 1 more lap. Schumacher and Magnussen are going to be the next to pit, I think. Sainz, Hamilton, and Tsunoda. Tsunoda's in 3rd. How the hell did Tsunoda get 3rd place? I know some guys have pitted, but what the hell? Tsunoda in 3rd. That's ridiculous. Did Stroll pit? Oh God!
Let's take a
Piastri
closer
spun.
look. Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon.
Oh, Albon, sorry, not
And
Piastri.
there it is. That's where they spin out.
Oh
The
dear!
team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly.
You're fired. All that work I just got you to do to try and undercut some of the guys in front, you just threw it away. Yeah, we could have been right on the heels of Ricciardo there. Tonight has not been kind to us. It's been a rough stream tonight. Bad race in Canada. Went a lot worse than I thought it would. And now a bad race here at Silverstone as well. Now the leader's a pit.
So Schumacher has pitted.
Alright, we're back past Mick, but we're losing time to Magnussen. Again, we'd have been where Magnussen is comfortably if he hadn't spun. Still hoping for a safety car. Safety cars make everything better. Well, not always, but in this case, a safety car would certainly make everything better. Bunch the field back up. We could make a pit stop for a fresh set of mediums. We could pit Porsche, get him back onto the field. As things stand right now, it's just a bit of a mess. Porsche still hasn't caught Stroll. Gap's only 3.5 seconds now, but our tyres are almost gone. Sainz is coming up to lap him. If we're going to get a safety car, it needs to happen in the next couple of laps.
We've just had a spin.
Sainz had a spin. That's a little stay of execution. So it was a lap, maybe. It's not looking good, is it? We're actually losing time to Stroll now. Yeah, we need to make that pit stop happen. Maybe we can hang on to the back of the leaders. I think they'll be all through before we even get out of the pit box. Just about, yeah. Alright, you got a few laps. Just a few. And then you're getting retired. If I retire, I mean, if it was Albon, I would have retired him. But as it's Porsche, the sooner I retire him, the less points he's going to earn for the race, which means the less experience and the longer it's going to get him leveled up to the next level.
Keep an eye on the fuel, please.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, Albon's going to get lapped as well, so I'm not worried about fuel right now. If we get a safety car, that'll erase the fuel debt.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Am I losing ground on Norris? Well, I'm definitely losing ground to Mick Schumacher. Getting close to the pit window. There it is. Start pushing the tyres a bit more. This is another race of what could have been. Bet everyone behind me isn't going to need to stop again. Well, maybe the mediums might need to stop again.
Box, box. Box, box.
Okay, box, box.
Porsche's finally showing some decent kind of pace, but it's too little too late. Save the car. Oh, don't you suddenly pull a safety car on me now that I can't undo this.
Yeah, P0, P0.
Seems to have been a lock-up.
I can't even see where Porsche is now. I'm assuming he's in the pits. Yeah, I don't know, he might be on track somewhere. Okay. Albon. Can you shout? Oh no, Porsche's still running. Now he's in the pits. There we go. Okay, Norris pitted again. He's on softs. Albon's about to get lapped. Just gonna go for it. See what kind of time I can set. Purple first. Green middle. Not surprising. Purple last, maybe? No. Not even green. Okay. I think the tyres overheated too much. Let's go. Oh, Jesus. Look how much we ate into the tyres there.
And keep an eye on the battery.
Got it.
Alright. Someone spun. I don't know who. We've got a healthy-ish lead. Russell spun. We've got a healthy-ish lead over Norris. I think the Ferrari is well clear of it now. Yeah. So we might be able to piggyback on the Ferrari. Maybe Sainz can pull us up to Magnussen and Ricciardo. That's why I'm trying to get the battery charged up a little bit. Stay with him. We didn't get DRS. Are you kidding me?
Oh, there's a spin!
Schumacher had a spin. Can I get back onto Sainz's rear? I don't think I can. Got one lap to find out. Because that's all the battery I've got left. Well, we are closing in a little bit, I think,
Someone's
but
run wide.
it's not sustainable, this level of pace, and yeah, we can't get there. Got to be wary of Norris and co coming on the back of us now. Schumacher's on hards. We can close him down, but we're not getting Ricciardo. So we can still try and salvage a P15 out of this, which I think satisfies one of the sponsor objectives. Depends whether or not Schumacher can hang on to Sainz's DRS. If he can, then we're screwed. Yes, he had to pull over on the fastest part of the circuit. That's good for us. And he's slow enough through the corners that he won't have the DRS. I'm now worried about fuel. I want to try and get onto Schumacher if I can. This is just turning into a nightmare, this race. This is certainly a whole lot more challenging on patch 1.8. The car development would have been stronger, pre-patch. The tyres would have been, we'd have been able to push the tyres hard on a one-stop. We'd be in the points, or close to the points, at this stage of the race on the patch. Got to turn the fuel down.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Who spun? Verstappen. This doesn't help me. I couldn't catch Schumacher. He was just too far ahead. Maybe I can get lucky with deployment through the corners. I'm going to get caught by Norris now. I wish I knew what the
Looks
fuel
like there's
burn
been
per
a
lap
lock-up.
was. That's the one thing I don't like about them changing this to
We don't have enough
kilos.
battery.
Okay.
One more lap.
I honestly don't know if Albon's going to make this lap or not. I don't know how much fuel you burn per lap on this circuit. I'm guessing it's going to be a fair bit because it's quite a fast circuit. Everything I got on the tyres. It's not enough.
And Sainz crosses the line first.
Ugh,
He's taken the
16th.
win.
Terrible race. Terrible race. At least we've got the penalties out of the way, and we go to a circuit where we could, if we can stay with the train, we could do, well, we can't do much worse really. We could do okay. So it was just a good race for Teo. Impressive race for Albon. I don't know what was impressive about that race. We lose a little bit of money because we guaranteed... Oh no, the finish position streak broke. Oh, it's the quali streak that's bugged, isn't it? Not the finish position streak. We broke that because we didn't get into 15th with one car. We were 2 seconds short. Ugh. Yeah, did not enjoy tonight. It's been very rough indeed. We've got a point for Jack. He's not going to get used, but we'll boost him up a little bit before we release him back onto the market. We've still got 5 mil in the bank. Let's sign Logan as our reserve driver. We'll offer him a 3-year deal. And we'll offer him 350,000 and a starting bonus of 10%. And there we go. So we've got the official Williams test driver, or official Williams academy driver into our reserve driver seats. He's going to need some work, but we'll drop him in where we can, here and there. And now it's time to sign Gasly. Proposed contract. Car 2, 5 seasons. Let's start with a 6.8 mil. Starting bonus. Go to 800,000 for the starting bonus. Can I sign? Actually, I'll go 6.9. Can I sign him without a bonus, or is he going to want too high a wage to compensate for the lack of a race target bonus? Let's go to 7 mil. Contract declined. Alright, 6.9. He's going to want a lot on the bonus, I think. It's offering 200 grand if you can get it into the points. I don't think I can achieve this target with this team. Okay, this is my last throw of the dice. 7.2. No, he doesn't want to sign. Alex gets a stay of execution for now. Unless... I'm not going for Bottas. He's just too expensive. Seb's too expensive. Not Magnussen, for God, no. No way am I going Magnussen. Yeah, okay. Alex gets a stay of execution for now. We will look at signing someone again a bit later in the season. We might wait to the end of the season now. We might try again after Hungary. The mid-season break between Hungary and Spa. There's nothing to change with our engineers. Tyre crew or tyre changing up to 75. That's good progress. Warehouse. Front wing is ready in 1 day. Let's get the new front wing done. Because that means I can now start working on another upgrade as well. So, warehouse. Front wings. It's going to improve our cornering and our brake cooling. Not a lot else. We'll get little gains here and there, but very, very little gains. I'm gonna have to rush these. And I'll get 2 more at regular pace, but this means I've got 1 for each car and a spare for each car. I want the car to be as quick as it can possibly be going into the next race. It is a very fast circuit. Have I got enough now to do some really good research? Let me have another look at the calendar. I'm trying to remember when I get my facility upgrade. I don't think I get it till... That's the wind tunnel. That's the design center. Okay, we are here, so I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bit weeks until I can get the design center. So that's 30 days. Okay, so let's look at developing a new project without really using too much resources. I'm on spec 2 on most things. Oh, I haven't done a rear wing yet. Days. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to do this. Okay, that's really going to boost our drag reduction, which is poor. And we can boost that even more. Total cost 2.94. We're almost out of money. Now we are out of money. It's going to cost 395. We're 400 grand short to be able to do that with our wing. Which would improve our speed, our acceleration, our medium speed, and our DRS speeds. Useful. Very useful. Everything's low. Or could I pull back? Airflow sensitivity could, if I do this, I could make the car faster. Make our airflow sensitivity terrible. That's 290 grand cheaper. What if I pull the DRS delta? We could just about afford that. We would sacrifice a little bit of potential that we could put into the car, but it would give us a nice speed boost. It would give us a bit of a boost to our top speed and acceleration under DRS. It would boost our top speed up enough to jump up 2 cars. Or jump up 2 teams. We're basically last. Then it's Alfa and Aston Martin, and I'm guessing McLaren. So that would put us above Aston Martin and possibly McLaren in terms of straight line speed. It would also put us above another team as well when it comes to acceleration. It would improve our medium speed cornering. That'd take 47 days. So when would that be ready? That would be ready for that'll be ready for Belgium. I would like to maybe improve the car a little bit more if I could, but I just don't have. Maybe if I take the low speed down a bit, because the low speed isn't great anyway. That improves medium and high speed. Our low speed's terrible as it is. That gives me an extra little bit to put onto taking off the DRS delta slightly. Improves our dirty air medium speed cornering. What am I losing if I do this? I'm losing 0.01 kilometers an hour and 0.01 G, but I'm gaining some low speed performance, some medium speed performance and high speed performance in dirty air, and I'm also gaining a little bit of extra straight line speed, just an extra 0.01 kilometers an hour. I'm also gaining a little bit of low, medium and high speed in normal cornering as well. So we'll do that. It's going to leave me with practically no money, but Yeah, we need a new rear wing. We definitely need a new rear wing. So let's do this. 6 engineers. I'm going intense because I want that extra expertise for next year. And we'll have that in time for Spa, where those improvements will be absolutely crucial. And then after Austria, we'll have some money to then, once the side pod research and the front wing research is done, we can start a research project on something else, maybe the chassis, maybe an underfloor research project. And then in a month's time, we'll have 2 teams that we can run alongside, to do research alongside one team to work on car upgrades, or maybe even, just 3 research teams. That rear wing may be the very last project upgrade for the car that we do. Depends how things go with our arms race with Aston, which we are starting to struggle with again. We just need a point. That's all I want is a point. We will get a point. I'm sure we'll get a point. Right. We've reached the point of no return for this stream. We are all set to go into Austria, which will be our next stream. I am not going to stream tomorrow night. I will stream the Haas series on Sunday night, and then we'll be back to Williams again on Monday. So until Sunday or Monday, depending on which stream you want to watch. Hopefully both. Thanks for watching. I am Jim, and I will see you again very soon.